Hi there, Virgo. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. You are watching a general love reading for the sign of Virgo for April 2021. So I hope you all are doing well. I want to remind all of my viewers this is a general love reading. That means, of course, it can apply to any kind of situation or circumstance that you might be dealing with. If you can think of it, it might apply. It can also apply to any type of relationship that you're dealing with, romantic or otherwise. It's important to maintain flexibility with the energy, so you can switch around the roles in the reading. You might be represented by any of the characters that shows up in the cards, regardless of gender. Parts of this reading may resonate for you, other parts may not. You may feel like this is a personal reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching for somebody else. So take what resonates and leave behind the rest. I hope that you get something out of this reading, Virgo. I hope you enjoy it. I hope that it resonates, and I hope that you feel like it's beneficial and helpful to you in some way, shape, or form. So we're going to go ahead and get started right off the bat and see what we've got in the cards for Virgo for April 2021. Give this deck a cut and we'll see what's up. Here we go. Three of Swords in reverse, and the sun is peeking through the clouds, but I don't think it'll be so bad that it causes a bad glare off the card. So let's just keep our fingers crossed. We have the Star card in reverse. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Nine of Swords in reverse. Three of Wands. Seven of Wands in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the Empress. Okay, and of course, I can guarantee the clouds are going to cover it up again pretty soon here, but I'm going to go ahead and pull the curtain just a bit so it's not causing a horrible glare. That's better. Okay. So what's up, Virgo? What do we have going on for you? So I feel like there's a situation that may have come to pass. So maybe you've healed some grief over a situation or a relationship or connection that didn't work out, or something that didn't transpire for you. But I feel like there's been some healing and there's been some acceptance, some just this acceptance of what's done is done. I don't want to fight this anymore. I've come to terms with things. The best thing I can do right now is just accept that I've been able to heal from this. So there was some kind of disappointment or something that caused you some grief from the past that has now come to pass, and you've just come to terms with things. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's been a happy ending for you, but you've come to terms with things. We have an Empress energy on the table. I do feel like this is probably the person I'm reading for. You know, the Empress is the type of person who makes things work regardless of disappointments, regardless of hard times. I do feel like this is the person who's dealing with some kind of disappointment, has healed through it, and has kind of come to terms with it and accepted it for what it is. In fact, probably at this point in time looks at the situation as an opportunity to grow, to become better as a person. You can tuck away that experience under your belt and say, now it wasn't easy, it wasn't fun, but now that I've had this experience, I know better, or I've obtained this level of understanding, knowledge, or information, and as a result, I'm a better person for it. That type of thing. Now let's get some more cards on the table for you, Virgo, and see what else we have. We have the Hangman. The Emperor's on the table now. Ten of Swords in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. Ten of Wands. The Magician. King of Cups in reverse, clarifying this Empress. So I do feel like this applies to a specific connection or relationship. It does feel like it could have been potentially a romantic or intimate connection with this Emperor and this Empress. Or at least that's what this Empress was hoping for. I think this Empress individual was trying to manifest an Emperor type individual into her life. Now, Emperor and Empress, obviously it's masculine and feminine energy, but male or female, you can embody either one of these energies. There are two energies on the table right now. We also have a King of Pentacles and a King of Cups on the table, both in reverse. It feels like this was a potential relationship that didn't transpire. They had to be let go because it wasn't what it ultimately wasn't what it needed to be in order to transpire the way this Empress would have liked. In other words, I do think that this Empress manifested somebody into her life and he wasn't up to par. Or I don't feel like he had the emotional energy to give. I don't think he necessarily had what this Empress's expectations were in order for her to manifest this relationship into being. And it was let go. Let's see what else we get for Virgo. Three of Wands again. Sorry about the glare off the cards. Justice in reverse. The King of Wands. Ace of Cups in reverse. Three of Swords, again, this time in the upright position. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. And then we have a Wheel of Fortune. So we have three of the kings out here, King of Pentacles, King of Cups. We have a King of Wands in the upright position, the Emperor. I like to think of the Emperor as all of the kings in one. And I like to think of the Empress as the same, all of the queens in one. So the Emperor and the Empress are kind of like these people who are at this status level of having had accomplished a lot, well-rounded individuals, people who kind of have it all together. Again, they can be more mature people who've lived through life for a period of time, have a lot of experience under their belts. I think that this Empress individual has been or was working on manifesting an emperor into her life, to be quite honest. And I think she made a mistake. I think that she manifested somebody who may have felt like he was going to be an emperor, but he wasn't. He was a King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is somebody who's a natural born leader. This is somebody who has those type of qualities about them. The type of person who can guide others, the type of person who can take charge, make the hard decisions. This could be an actual individual who runs a company or is a boss. Could be a patriarch or someone who's in charge of others or who delegates responsibility, that type of individual. And of course, that type of individual can certainly, the Emperor embodies that kind of energy too, right? Somebody who's in charge or in control, or somebody who others look to for support and guidance, that kind of things. I do believe that this Empress did manifest a King of Wands into her life. Unfortunately, the Emperor is also a King of Pentacles and King of Cups, and then again, of course, a King of Swords, which is not out here. And this person was not a King of Cups or King of Pentacles. So this person may have lacked, may have been emotionally unavailable, or maybe that emotional connection wasn't up to par. This person may have been irresponsible, may have been someone who was not loyal, someone who was not willing to put forth the same kind of energy that this Empress would put forth into a connection or relationship. The connection was just lacking in some way. Now, here's the other thing. I can't really tell if this Empress actually manifested somebody into her life where there was an established relationship. That's what I'm having a little bit of trouble with. It feels instead like this is the type of person who might be working on manifesting a certain person into her life. And I keep saying that word manifest, of course, because we have the Magician out here next to this Empress's energy. I do feel like the Magician is representing her energy. Quite honestly, she may have manifested somebody who's a little bit of a player with this Knight of Wands out here. Somebody who wasn't necessarily super reliable. Somebody that you can count on, somebody that, has the energy of an emperor. So right now, that's kind of the message I'm getting from this set of cards. This is more about the energy coming off of this Queen or this Empress person. So Virgo, again, if you're resonating with this reading, you may resonate as this Empress. If you don't feel like you're this Empress, you could be the cross watcher, the Emperor, or the individual who was involved with this Empress. You're going to get a lot of information regarding how this person feels about this connection, because the energy on the table is representing what this Empress has learned from this experience. I said at the beginning that there was this indication of having learned a hard lesson, maybe dealt with a hard blow, some grief, and just come to terms with it. And that indeed is what's happened. Again, I cannot tell based on what I'm seeing, at least right now, if this relationship was established, if it was something that maybe this person kind of met somebody and I thought, ooh, maybe this is somebody who I could establish a connection with. Maybe this is an Emperor type individual that I can establish a connection with. Because remember, if you're an Empress individual and you're looking to establish some kind of connection or relationship, you need somebody to match your energy. So this Empress would need an Emperor type individual to match her energy. So let's get some more cards on the table and see what else we get for Virgo. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse, and I'm squinting now because the sun has broken through the clouds, and I'm sitting here looking out at gray skies all day long. So excuse my squinting, but my eyes are sensitive to the light. Four of Swords in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. Queen of Pentacles. The Star again in reverse. Strength in reverse. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the World. I get the feeling like this is something that is a repeated event for this Empress. So in other words, I feel like she may have learned her lesson more than once. I think she's attracted at least one other individual in the past who kind of matched the energy of this King of Wands that I'm seeing on the table, who had certain qualities about them that was probably very appealing. Someone who, again, has very strong energy, feels in charge, somebody who is capable, strong, confident, a King of Wands type energy, but they lacked other qualities. Again, couldn't check off all the boxes that this Empress individual would probably want to check off with regard to a partner or connection. This doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partner that this person is dealing with, but it feels that way to me. It could be any kind of connection. So again, be flexible with the energy. It feels to me that this Empress probably figured it out sooner rather than later, that this King of Wands, again, wasn't quite checking off all the boxes. She may have been offering some level of loyalty to this individual. There may have been a connection that felt like it might match up to her energy, but I don't think it did ultimately. And I think that she probably realized that sooner than later with this particular individual. Again, because I feel like the Empress she's got experience under her belt. She's probably pretty good at this point in time, in reading people and kind of figuring out who they are under that, under the surface. When you meet somebody or make some kind of connection, everybody's got that that front they put up, right? You put on these different masks. And when you first meet somebody, you're not going to reveal all of your hidden secrets, all of your, skeletons in the closet, who you are as a person. You're going to keep some of those personal things to yourself until you feel like you can trust somebody or until you make a deeper connection. But I feel like this Empress individual is the type of person who can probably connect with somebody and tell pretty quickly what's underneath the surface, even if it's not spoken. And I think she did that. So this may not have been one of those situations where it even turned into anything. I get that strong feeling that it probably was a connection that was lost pretty quickly before it even got started. Or if it wasn't established, sorry, that's an Ace of Cups. I know the sun is not allowing you to see that card. That may have been the intention with regard to this person and this connection, but I think she found out pretty quick, and so there may have not been a deeply rooted connection established between these two, but it still caused some grief and some heartache. Like, oh shit, I made this mistake again. I should have known better. I should have seen this coming. get some more cards out here for Virgo. Six of Cups. The Devil in reverse. So with the Six of Cups coming out here, I have to say that could have been part of the problem. You know, Six of Cups individual can be a soulmate individual, and by soulmate I just mean you might have a soul contract with this person. So this person could have been in this Empress's life for a day, or could have been in this Empress's life for 10 years. The point is, this person was meant to be in this Empress's life so that some kind of life lesson could be learned on one or both parties, probably both. It was a soul connection. So even if there were missing pieces, even if there were boxes that were not being checked off, this Empress, I feel like, probably wanted at least to give this a little bit more of a chance, knowing internally that this is a Six of Cups individual. This is somebody that I can tell is meant to be in my life, so I need to give this a chance. Maybe more of a chance than I would than your average Joe walking down the street, if you know what I mean. So I do feel like this is a significant connection, even though it may have not gone anywhere. Temperance in reverse. Ace of Wands again in reverse. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Emperor in reverse this time. Ace of Cups again in reverse. And then we have the Two of Pentacles again in the upright. So there was a point in time when this Empress realized, nope, this isn't it. This isn't the person. This isn't my person. This isn't a connection I want to make. And it was at the point in time when she was trying to figure out the level of loyalty or long-term status that this connection might have. And it wasn't there. The Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles box could not be checked off because this person didn't have these qualities that this Empress was looking for. She was willing to give this kind of energy, but this Emperor, King of Wands, was not. Didn't have these types of qualities. And again, it could be a level of loyalty. It could be, you know, that type of thing where I'm here for you. This King of Wands could be that type of person who's just buried in work and has too much else going on where they can't give that kind of time and energy to a connection or relationship. That piece may have been missing. You know, maybe you've got a lot of power. Maybe you have this certain level of a status. Maybe that's very appealing. You're in charge of a company, or you know, you're very much in control, very confident. But if that's all because you're focused on this part of your life where you're putting all your energy into your business, all your energy into this organization, all your energy into other people, I don't have that to give to you as a potential partner, as this Empress, that may have been lacking. Let's get one more round of cards out here for Virgo and see if we can't get anything else. And then we'll start to wrap this up. So we have the Tower in reverse. The Queen of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Eight of Cups. Six of Wands. King of Swords. There's the King of Swords, and he's in reverse. So we have all the kings out here in reverse except for the King of Wands. And then we have the Three of Wands again. Third time in the upright position. Okay, Virgo, the message is actually pretty clear, and I think I can kind of sum it up in a nutshell for you, put a nice little bow on top. I do believe that this Empress may have tried to meet this King of Wands somewhere in the middle. For example, if we can't make it work this way, then maybe I come to your side. So there's with this Queen of Wands in reverse showing up, there may have been an attempt to kind of say, okay, well, you know, you can't meet me at this point where I'm at. Maybe I can meet you at this point where you're at. Once again, something wasn't matching up. This may have been rejected by this king, or maybe she didn't check the boxes for him, or maybe this was more of a bit of a power struggle situation going on here where, you know, you're interfering more with this part of my life than you are adding to it or benefiting me in some way. There's a mismatch here, and it's come in the form of in a lot of different ways. I feel like this is more of a disappointment or letdown for this Empress than it was for this king. I don't feel like the emotional attachment was there. I don't think that there was an emotional attachment necessarily on this queen's part, but I think it was moving more towards that for her than it was for him. I think she was more willing to fight for the connection than this king was. This king might have been this king might have been one of those types of people who kind of accepts a certain role within connections and relationships. Like, I'm in this relationship with you, and these are my responsibilities. This is what I do in the relationship, and then this is what you do in the relationship. So there's these roles, right? I feel like this King of Wands may have been more concrete in his way of thinking, in that this is just who I am, this is what I do, and if you can't meet me there where I'm at, then there's nothing that we can do about this connection. A very kind of stuck in his ways type of energy coming off of this person. And I'm not necessarily saying that, I'm not trying to throw shade at this individual. I just feel like that's the type of person this is. This is just somebody who's really established themselves in this way in his life. This is who I am, this is what I do, this is what I stand for, this is how I act, this is how I deal with relationships. And this Empress was kind of coming at it from a different... Is this the one I'm taking? I think I'm taking this card. This Empress was coming at it from kind of a different perspective. Willing to meet in the middle, willing to see where, you know, what do we have here? Do we have anything we can work with here? Is this something that's worth exploring? And I think at least for this queen, for this Empress, I keep calling her queen, but I mean Empress. For this Empress, there was a desire to see where this could go, because I think she knew that this is a Six of Cups connection for me. I need to explore this at the very least and see where it can go. And besides, I've been manifesting an Emperor into my life. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the Emperor. But I think this person, again, very set in his ways, feels like a kind of a, this is who I am, love me or leave me type of individual. I don't know that this person was very good at communicating. I don't know that this person was emotionally available. I don't know that this person had that level of loyalty that this Empress has when making these types of connections. So again, It just feels like a mismatch. And I think that this Empress has come to terms with things, but obviously she's still got this person on her mind because you're getting this whole reading about it, right? So we have the Eight of Fire, which showed up in reverse. I haven't pulled this card, and I can't even tell you how long. I almost don't even recognize this card. It's been that long. I love the image of it. Since the sun's not shining anymore, you can get a good, nice, close look at it yourself. So if it's in reverse, it's a potential blockage, Virgo. I'm going to go ahead and read this for you, and then we're going to wrap this up. I've combed through these cards pretty good. I think I've got all the information that I can for you out of this reading. And so we'll see what this says, and we're going to wrap it up. It's just about a third of a page. And again, potential blockage because it showed up in reverse. Here we go, Virgo. Don't halt your own progress or hamper your growth at this time, even if you may feel a bit lazy or even apathetic. Be your own advocate rather than your own enemy, and challenge yourself if you find yourself unwilling to act. The Eight of Fire reversed speaks to us when we are experiencing either a lazy mind or body, and it serves as a reminder that there may well be consequences if necessary changes are not made, and that those consequences will be of our own making. If you have become a perpetual planner who never follows through, or if you always promise and then fail to deliver, or even if you just feel it is all too much like hard work, the Eight of Fire reversed appears to warn that inaction is also a choice, and one that can have dire consequences. Now is the time to get up and move, to avoid having your life transformed in a manner that is not to your liking. So, with this card coming out, I feel like it's definitely advice for this Empress. And I say that because I find it very interesting that this whole reading was kind of about this connection that really never transpired the way it had hoped, the way that this person had hoped that it would. But it's still obviously heavily on this person's mind. It could be creating obstacles for growth and movement forward. Although I don't necessarily feel like this Empress is the type of person who's going to let herself stay stagnant and in this energy for very long. It obviously is something that was very heartbreaking and difficult for her. Something that, while I feel like it's a hurdle that she's gotten past the grief, it still is on her mind to the point where it might be keeping her from moving forward in other ways in her life. So Virgo, I feel like this is pretty good advice for somebody who might be dwelling a little bit too much in the past, maybe wondering if it could have been different, or maybe wondering if you could go back and make things different or change things in some way. I think that it is a done deal. I think this person served as a life lesson for this Empress, and I think she probably has an Emperor coming her way as soon as she can get past this person's energy. As soon as she can truly leave this person, this King of Wands energy, in the past, she can probably get busy on manifesting somebody into her life who will be the Emperor that she's looking for. So I honestly, Virgo, I don't feel like this is one of those readings that's really tough and challenging, because I feel like this Empress is right on the precipice of kind of making some changes to the point where she can get back up and running again. And you know, it's not about manifesting that perfect person into your life. It's about being the best person you can be, right? Taking on challenges for yourself, moving in a positive direction for yourself. And then those kind of people that you want in your life kind of come naturally into your life when you're doing that for yourself. So I'm going to leave that here, Virgo. I hope that this reading was enjoyable. I hope that it resonated for you. And if it did resonate, I hope that you'll maybe share it, and maybe leave a comment. That would be fabulous too. So thank you, Virgo, for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.